Y'all, welcome back to my channel. This video is gonna be about my ain't shit ex-boyfriend, if that's even what you want to call him. Honestly, I don't even think I've ever actually really even been in a relationship. I've been in situationships, which means they were such a fucking joke that I can't actually call them a relationship. I can say now that I'm about to be 31 years old that I, my friends, have never been in love. I thought I loved some people. I wanted to love some people, but I've actually never been in love. So, for anyone who's been a fan of mine or been following me from jump, you guys know I dated this Irish dude who was like literally 5'2", small ass dick, fucking. I'm not even going to disrespect him on that level, but basically, I met him, he wasn't shit. Years later, he still ain't shit. Basically, this is how we met. I was driving one night, so I wasn't drinking. And me and my homegirl went to, like, the W in Boston. And our mutual friend introduced us to Uriah Faber, who's a UFC fighter for anyone who knows him. That is not the person I dated. Side note, he was just there. And he was with this Irish dude. And I'm going to be honest with you, wasn't attracted to the Irish guy, but he had an accent and I'm a sucker for accents. Ladies, anyone with an accent probably has more accessibility to my vagina than someone who doesn't have an accent. Just the truth. Accents are sexy as hell and I love me a man with an accent. So we're both in the club and he's not drinking because he's trained to fight because he thinks he's going to be the next Conor McGregor. Thanks. So, whatever, we exchanged numbers. The next, like, basically after that, we were pretty much inseparable. I went to his fight, he won his fight, congratulations to him. I was rooting him on like I was already his fucking girlfriend. But anytime we would go out, he didn't spend any money because he had no money. His apartment was literally probably the dirtiest fucking thing you could ever imagine. He had 2 roommates, both also were Irish. Their kitchen, everything was fucking filth. Like, I don't know if all men live like this, or if it's just like a certain age bracket, like 20 to 25, where like you guys just don't know how to clean up after yourselves. And if you don't know how to clean up after yourself, hire a fucking maid. And if you can't hire a maid and you're that fucking dirty, you should probably still live with your parents. I'm just saying. But at this point, I'm like, whatever, I'm like, just gonna ride this out because I never want to be a chick that dates someone because of their lifestyle, because I know that in an instant, in a moment, shit can change. Like, you could be living in a car with your boyfriend and then the next day you guys are living in a mansion because you rocked it out with each other. So I wasn't judging him because his place was, I was judging him a little bit about how his place was dirty, but I wasn't not gonna talk to him because his place was dirty. So we end up going out one night. It's like me, my girlfriend, him and his friend, and we go back to his apartment and she's like hanging out in the living room because I'm like, I'm gonna have sex with this guy tonight. So we go into his bedroom and like after like 2 seconds, like literally it's like his dick went into my vagina. He tried to play it off like he didn't want to have sex with me yet. Mind you, he's like in the corner of the bed wiping his dick off. I'm like, so you're trying to act cool right now, but we both know you just came in literally less than 30 seconds. So I'm like, okay, now he's whack in bed. So I'm like, I always give people at least 2 fucks. If you don't, like, especially if I like your personality, like, if you don't get it right on the first time, okay, we're both still getting used to each other. I understand it. I get it. But I'm going to need you to get it together next time. If you don't have your shit together, and especially don't have your dick together, probably not going to talk to you ever again. Simple. So the next time we have sex, we're both super fucked up. We, like, went out, went to the club. Sex was pretty good. And pretty much after I have sex with a guy, I'm like, I want to make this work. And that's not just him, that's like any guy I have sex with. I'm like, he might not be the one for me, but he's the one for me right now. So I'm gonna ride this bus till wheels come off. Literally. Boop, boop, toot, toot. So I always like to have a conversation in the beginning to say, like, what exactly is this? What are we? Like, if you're not ready for a relationship, don't talk to me. Because I don't want to be with a dude who doesn't want to be in a relationship. It's just not happening. So, time goes on. The entire time I'm with this dude, I pay for everything. When we go out to lunch, when we go out to drinks, when we're in group settings. It came to a point where my dad, like, okay, so he met my whole family. My family likes him as a person, obviously. But my dad, there was one night, we went out and then we all went out to eat after. And like, I'm a very affectionate person when I date someone. I won't make out with someone in public, but I like to rub the back of his neck or caress his shoulders or have my hand on his lap while we're eating dinner. That is just like the type of girl that I am when I'm with someone. So my dad, we go back to the crib and my dad texts me and he's like, come upstairs. Mind you, this is when I'm still living with my parents and the basement is like my own little apartment. So he would stay at my apartment all the time, He would stay at my parents' house all the time because I refuse, like, as I hated staying at his apartment so much because it was so fucking dirty. So, oh my god, my face is so itchy. What's going on there? My hair is out of control, you guys, today. So I go upstairs and my dad's like, hey, listen, I really like the guy. Like, he's cool. But, like, I'm never gonna walk this motherfucker down the aisle with you. And I start laughing. I'm like, why are you randomly saying that tonight out of all nights? He goes, I saw how affectionate you were at the restaurant with him, and he wasn't as affectionate with you. And I don't like that. You deserve to be with someone who's gonna be just as affectionate. So I'm like, damn, if my daddy don't want to walk you down the aisle, this shit probably ain't gonna work out, son. And my dad was like, and at some point, don't you want to be with someone who can actually tell me that I don't have to pay for his dinner? Because my dad paid for his dinner that night. And I was like, yeah, Dad, I know you're right. So whatever, we go on like this weekend trip to Foxwoods, which is in Connecticut. It's like the only casino that's close to Boston. And again, I pay for everything. And then on the way back, I dropped his friend off at his house, and he had a German Shepherd. And I was like, oh, who's your big boy? Who's your big boy? Are you a big boy? And he lockjawed my face. I don't know if you guys can see this on camera. There's a scar right here and a scar right here. That's from the German Shepherd biting my face. And I had to go to the hospital. I had to get stitches. And the whole time I'm in the hospital, he's like irritated, he's checking his phone, he's like acting like he needs to go somewhere. I'm like, motherfucker, what's up? Like, I just took you on a trip, basically. You didn't pay for a goddamn motherfucking thing. The least you can fucking do is sit with me while I'm in the hospital because your friend's dog bit me, and I'm not even telling the hospital or anyone. It was your friend's dog, so the dog doesn't go to sleep. So after he's like driving my car, I always burp when I'm filming YouTubes. It's like a thing. It's really weird. Anyways, we drive to his crib and I'm like, let's just like sleep here because I'm so tired. I don't feel like going home. And he was like panicking and he's like, well, I jerked off a lot last night, so there's cum stains everywhere. I'm sorry, what the fuck did you just say to me? Mind you, I bought him his bed sheets because when I first started fucking with this motherfucker, he had like sheets that I literally refused to lay in. So I'm like, what do you mean? And I bought him black sheets on purpose. Ladies, if you ever want to catch your man doing some shit, buy him some motherfucking black sheets. Buy him a black comforter. Because you can jerk off, but there ain't going to be that much cum, honey. So then he was like, you know what? I'll just drive us all the way back to your crib. So I knew at that very moment this motherfucker had a bitch upstairs, fucked him in the sheets I just bought him, and forgot to clean up and doesn't want me in there. So I'm like, all right, bet, but I'm too tired at this point and drained from getting my face bit off by a German Shepherd. I'm like, let's just go to my crib. So my dad knows something's up already. So does my sister. I'm like, it's just like when I'm mad, it's like in my face expressions. I can't hide it. I can't fake the funk. It's just, it is what it is. So my dad rolls us a blunt. We're smoking a joint. We're all having like a conversation. And I'm just like staring at this dude. Like I'm ready to knock you the fuck out. Like I'm ready to beat the shit out of you. And he's looking at me like he knows that I know. And I'm like, yeah, I know. So the next morning we wake up. I didn't even fuck him that night. I was like, I blamed it on my face. I'm like, nah, my face, it hurts. Mind you, I'm like the horniest bitch on the planet when I have a man. Usually I like to have like sex like 3 to 4 times minimum when I have a boyfriend. So if I tell you I'm too tired to fuck, it means I just really don't want to fuck you. I just don't want to fuck you. And if I don't want to fuck you, ooh, it means I'm mad about some shit, honey. It means I'm mad about some shit. So the next day he wakes up, he gets in the shower, and I've been purposely for weeks now sitting behind this motherfucker memorizing his passcode to his phone. Yep, that's right, ladies, I memorized that shit. So I opened up to his phone, doop, 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 and this bitch, Gina, texted him 17 times in a row, 4 missed calls. I'm like, bet, who the fuck is Gina? Who's Gina? So I started reading these text messages, and it's like, oh, that sex was so great last night. Where are you? I'm so horny. Let's meet up. Why aren't you answering? Motherfucker, he ain't answering because he's with me, bitch. So I'm like, freaking the fuck out. I'm like, what do? I want to kill him. Like, a murder is going to be committed. I'm going to jail, Dad. So my mom's upstairs fucking throwing down Sunday dinner in the kitchen. I'm like, do I cause a scene before or after dinner? Do I cause a scene in front of my family or not in front of my family? Because once the family's involved, people, the relationship is over. Whatever the relationship may be, whatever title you put on the shit, once the family is involved, it's a motherfucking wrap. So I'm like, I'm gonna wait till after dinner. Mind you, he expects me to drink some wine at dinner and then drive his ass all the way back to Boston, which is 35 minutes from my crib. Because guess what, people? Boo, boo, boo. Motherfucker didn't have a car. So not only did I pay for everything, this dude had me driving everywhere too. Literally the definition of TLC. I don't want no scrubs, but here I am, fucking dating one. What the fuck is wrong with me? I don't know, okay? This was years ago. But still, makes me mad every time I fucking say it out loud. So, we're at dinner and I'm just like saying some sideline comments. So he like knows something's up. So after dinner, he goes downstairs and he's like trying to fuck me. And I'm like, ew, you're trashed. So he's like, what's up? I go, why don't you call Gina? And his face, this motherfucker's face was whiter than this shirt. And he's pale as shit. Irish motherfucker. He went paler than this. He goes, who's Gina? I said, yeah. Who's Gina? So he starts like running in circles. I go, I'm going to give you one opportunity not to lie to me. This is going to be your one and only opportunity not to lie to me. I said, did you fuck this bitch the other night? Silence. I'm going to ask you one more time. Did you fuck this bitch the other night? And he was like, I fucked up, okay? I fucked up. Yeah, you fucked up. I believe there's a 5:30 train. You can be on it. So I dropped him off at the train station. He's like looking at me like with sorrow and pity, like I'm supposed to feel sorry for you, which I don't. So he leaves, blah, 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 blah. We go a couple weeks without talking. And he's like begging me and calling me and blah, 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 blah. So like a desperate, dumb bitch, because there's really not that many dudes in Boston, I was like, I'm gonna give this dude one more shot. So we're laying in bed, okay? And he just randomly tells me he's moving to New York. And I'm like, moving to New York? I go, yeah, okay. He goes, no, I'm moving to New York. And then he goes to his closet and he takes out moving boxes. He goes, I'm literally moving tomorrow morning. And I'm like, okay. So he moves to New York and I'm making the drive like basically every weekend to go see him. And the motherfucker has no furniture. So I help him with that like an idiot. And there was this one weekend I went down and there was blonde bobby pins on the dresser that I gave him. And I'm like, this motherfucker motherfucker. So I FaceTime him, and he's like, what's up? I go, whose bobby pins are these? Oh, they're from the roommate's girlfriend from before. Wow. And the crazy thing to me is that he's such a pathological liar and narcissist that it's just so easy. Like, the lies just roll off his tongue. Like, I remember I had a conversation with his ex-girlfriend. Yeah, I did, for sure. And she used to tell me all the crazy fucking lies this motherfucker would say, like, about his status in life, his money, his career. Like, it was just really weird to me that you would be with someone who is so open with you that you can't even be open with them. But then you realize it's not you that's the problem. It's the fact that they're like, fucked up mentally. So I remember we got into a few scuffles while I was in New York. There was one night we were in a taxi cab, and I was like scratching him and like not really punching him because it was like we're in a taxi cab, but I was like really pissed off. And he actually took my head and like threw it up against the cab door. And I said, oh no, nope. So we go back into his apartment. He admitted to me that he had a Tinder and a Bumble, and he's been fucking mad bitches and chilling with mad bitches. And I was like, this is done for me. Like, I've had enough. Like, this dude, like, you really at some point gotta look at a man and say, how is he making my life better? And I'm not just talking about financially, because I know some women will only date guys if they got money, if they're spending bread. Some bitches will put up with this type of behavior if in fact a motherfucker has a penthouse, a Lambo, and whatever it is that they find that they need in a relationship. For me, it's what are you doing for me mentally, physically, and emotionally that is improving my life or my mental state? If you don't make me a better person, if you don't make my mental health better, if you don't provide me happiness, comfort, respect, and loyalty, I mean, financials is definitely a plus, but if you can't provide me with the love that I deserve and the love that I need to survive in this relationship, then I'm out. Then I'm good. So I made it a point to fuck the shit out of him, for sure. Well, first I like definitely punched him in the back of the head. I'm not gonna lie. I don't condone domestic violence at all, but like I've definitely made those mistakes before. Like, I'm not perfect, I'm human, and sometimes my emotions get the best of me. And after that, I had sex with him, and in the morning he had to go to work. And he tried to call out of work, and I was like, no, I'll be here when you get back. I'm not going anywhere. So this dude didn't have shit. The only really nice thing he had was this like 70-inch flat screen TV. So I knocked on his neighbor's door and I said, hey, can you help me with my TV? I'm moving and I can't do it myself. I made his neighbor put his 70-inch TV in my car. I left New York and I stopped talking to this motherfucker. And he had the audacity to leave me voicemails and text me about how that was the only nice thing he had and how dare I take it. How dare you disrespect me? How dare you lie to me? How dare you just be how shitty you are? Popping a couple jokes with me, laughing with me, does not make you a good human being. You're a pathological liar. You have lied the entire time I've known you. And therefore, since you can't pay up, I'm gonna take the TV. I'm taking your motherfucking TV. Bye. So we stopped talking. And like years go by. Like when I'm done with somebody, I'm done. Like I'm never gonna pick up the phone. I'm never gonna call you. I'm never gonna text you. Like when I'm done with you, if I never want to fuck you again, there's no saving the relationship. Sex is so important to me. And if I never want to fuck you again, we are finitio. Finished. Finish him. Done. It's over. The fat lady sang and we can all go home. So, I mean, occasionally he'll FaceTime me or text me and call me. And then, like, I think maybe a year ago was the first time he reached out to me. And I picked up the phone and I was like, what's up? He's like telling me how much money he's making now and how great he is. And I go, all right, cool. Send me $500. And he said, for what? I go, it could be like a reimbursement for 1/4 of all the money I spent on you. and I got some things I need to take care of. So he starts running in circles like he usually did when he was lying, and I'm like, he's lying. Again, he's lying about how much money he makes, what he's doing with his life. I don't even fuck you anymore. I haven't seen you in 2+ years. And you still motherfucking lying to me? Pathological. So he calls me about a week ago and he lets me know he's coming to Los Angeles. And I go, okay. And he's like, can we hang out? Can we grab dinner? I go, I will only hang out with you if you do the YouTube ex-boyfriend tag with me. That's it. So then he starts like bringing up like how sexy my body was, how like wet my vagina used to get. And I'm like, but in my head, I'm like, buddy, like I'm never fucking you again. If we're the last 2 people on earth, I wouldn't fuck you. I don't fantasize about fucking you. I don't miss fucking you. I barely even remember what you look like in person. Are we gonna do this YouTube video or not? Okay, yeah, I'll do it with you. Okay, cool. So I'll see you when you get here. So he's like FaceTiming me every night, even when he's packing. And I'm like, dude, just like hit me up when you land. We'll meet up tonight. So I meet up with him and his friend at their hotel in Beverly Hills. And he's like, what happened to you? You used to be so much hotter. First of all, I was hot then, I'm hot now, I look even better now. I'm aging like fine wine, honey. So I know he's putting on for his boy. So even his friend is like, I can tell he feels uncomfortable. And then he's like, I'm gonna take you out to eat and then we'll film the YouTube video after. I'm like, all right, cool, because I'm hungry. So we go to Catch. I'm not really feeling it because when I go to Catch, I like to be dolled up. I just got out of work. I worked 8 hours. But I went anyway. So we go and I went to the bathroom and I came back, his friend ordered food. And for me, I think that's kind of weird because like, what if you ordered, basically they ordered everything I don't like. Like I don't really like fish. Like there's certain things off the Catch menu that I'll eat and there's certain things I won't eat. So he orders this stuff and there's like green stuff on top of it. So I asked like the waiter behind me, I'm like, excuse me, is this fish eggs? And the waiter just completely ignored me. So I'm like, ugh. So then I asked another waiter on this side of me, hey, is this fish eggs? He ignores me. So finally I asked a third person, can someone tell me, is this fucking fish eggs? Like, what's up with the service at this goddamn restaurant? So they're like, yeah, it's fish eggs. And I was like, ew. And I scraped it off and I continued to eat. And he's like, oh, you're still a crazy bitch, blah, 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 blah. He's like, but you treated me really well. Like, just... He would say it, insult, and then compliment me. It's usually what most dudes do when they know they had a good bitch and they lost that bitch and they're never gonna have that bitch again. So after the dinner, we get into an Uber and I'm like, can you guys drop me off first? We go in the Uber home. His friend was like, you guys can go fuck it out and then see you in the morning at the hotel. I'm like, fuck it out? I go, I'm not fucking you tonight. Number 1, my vagina has not been waxed. Number 2, I wouldn't fuck you if someone gave me $1 million to fuck you. You can come upstairs and we can do the YouTube video. But other than that, it's not happening. So he's like, Danielle, why are you acting like it wasn't good? I don't give a shit if we had amazing sex 30 fucking years ago. When you disrespect me and cross me, I'm never fucking you again. Now, you agreed to do this YouTube video. Are we fucking doing it tonight or not? No, I can't be bothered with that. Oh, you can't be bothered with that because you thought after we did the YouTube video I was gonna, what, suck your dick? Are you mental? Do you need a fucking therapist to help you with that? Because never in a million years did I ever plan on seeing you naked ever the fuck again in my life. Ever again in my life. I don't fantasize you. I don't miss you. I absolutely don't fucking want you. I haven't seen you in 3 fucking years, my dude. I've had plenty of amazing sex after you. I've met plenty of other shitty guys. You are at the bottom of the total pole now, homie. So, they drop me off. He doesn't come up because he knows he's not getting pussy and he doesn't want to film. So I just simply sent him a text and I said, hey, I don't care if it's a year from now, 6 months from now, don't ever, and I mean ever, contact me again. I'm tired of motherfuckers wasting my time. I'm tired of motherfuckers thinking that they can do and say whatever they want and I'm still gonna be available like this. Are you crazy? I dealt with that shit because I thought I loved you. But I only thought I loved you because I was desperate and didn't want to be single. Now I'm on that I don't give a fuck that I'm single. The right man is going to come along when God knows I'm ready for that right man. And if it ain't right now, it ain't right now. And it damn sure ain't going to be with you or anyone else that already had the opportunity to treat me like the queen I deserve to be treated like. So that's why the ex-boyfriend tag video is not coming, you guys. He is a joke. I don't care if I ever see him again. I didn't even care to see him when I was with him. Like, I barely gave him eye contact when we were at dinner. I called my sister immediately after and I was like, I did not have a good time. Like, sometimes, like, there's certain people in my life that I feel like it doesn't matter if we fucked. After a certain amount of time, we could probably be cool and neither one of us will want to fuck each other again. He for sure still wanted to fuck. He'll probably still want to fuck me for the rest of his life. I'm probably the best sex he's ever had. But he knew I didn't want to fuck. And when guys know you don't want to fuck, it's pretty much like their egos are so broken. Poor me, poor little me. No one feels bad for you. Just like you didn't feel bad for me when you treated me so fucking terribly. So that's why the ex-boyfriend tag is not coming. And I really have no one else that I could ask or do that video with because I really don't have that many good relationships with anyone I used to date because everyone I used to date, like, sucks. They suck. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry that I didn't get that video for you because it would have been fun. I thought, for me, it would have been funny just to give you guys a little preview of people I used to date, but he lost his ball sack and didn't want to do it. Honestly, probably couldn't handle if anyone talked shit about him on my YouTube, and I'm sure people would have, so he probably just mentally, with a man who has an ego that big and a dick this small, it's like, ugh, you know, they can't handle it. Not my fault. Anyways, like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my podcast, Swallow It, on Apple Podcast, Google Play, Spotify. Also, I'll be uploading visuals onto YouTube only when we have a guest, only when it's a lit interview. Don't forget to go to Amazon and buy my book, Don't Be That Bitch, okay? And yeah, that's all. Have a good day, y'all. Oh, it's not shutting off. I hate when that happens. It's like, you freeze, it's so awkward. That was even more awkward than it being awkward before. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up now. Bye.